Hi, welcome to a NX11 video tutorial. I did a long time ago a plastic casing in CATIA V5. Now I want to do it in the other programs and I want to do a sort of advanced version. And I will try to do the same thing in all the programs, or almost the same thing. I got here an assembly, and I got a part which is called casing master, then I got one which is called casing top and one which is called casing bottom. So the master part controls these two parts. So that's the complete one. It's made of two bodies, and then with the wave geometry linker I linked or derived those parts from that one. So if you take a look, that's the upper casing and that's the bottom casing. Yeah, I used ribs, so I can show you how to use ribs, and I used drafts in the features, not the normal draft, not this one, but in the features there's already a draft option, and I used this one. And I used interpart expression for the draft angle, so the drafts are linked to the casing master as well. Please remember, that's just an exercise. It's not necessarily the best way to do it, but I wanted to show you the mechanics of the geometry wave linker, and therefore I think it's a good example. So let's have some fun with NX11. Let's start with a new model. I will give it a different name because that name is already taken. So let's call this the P casing master. And okay, there are two ways to do it, to make an assembly. You could put two new parts into that part right now, so these would be sort of children of this one, or you could put this part into a new parent assembly, and I will go for this way. So create a new parent, and that would be the P casing master assembly. And now I could create two more parts inside that assembly. Create new model, that would be the P casing top, and another one which would be the P casing bottom, P casing bottom. And okay. Now let's go to our casing master. There I will need, of course, an expression, so go to tools, at least one, expressions, and call this P casing draft angle. And there should be a master right there. Okay, that might be, or that should be, of course, an angle, but the value might be 3. Okay, I need an expression here and there as well, so go to this one. Again, expressions, define a new one, which would be P casing top, PCT draft angle. Again, that's an angle, and again, let's say it's 3 degrees. But now I want to create an interpart expression, so I will go for my master and select the P casing master draft angle and confirm with OK. And now it's linked. Okay, same procedure in the casing bottom. expressions. That would be called the PCB, draft angle. Again, it's an angle, and again it might be 3. And now link this to the other expression which is in the master part. That would be this value, and OK, and it's linked as well. And I will use for the drafts that expression. So go back to the casing master. I need a plane which has an offset from this one of 0. Confirm. And I would call this one splitting plane. Splitting plane. Then I would go for a sketch on that splitting plane. Okay, that would be a rectangle. I use that center point method. That's the center point. Width would be, for example, 200. Height would be, for example, 100. And that would be 0. Finish that sketch. You could, of course, use more expressions, but that would be an extrude with that curve. Let's say it's symmetric. Distance might be 15, and the draft should be symmetric from the angle, and that would be, of course, the P casing master draft angle. That's 3 degrees. Let's take a look. Sorry. That's okay. Confirm. Now let's hide the sketch for a moment. Now I will do some edge blends. Go for 10 and let's select those edges. Okay. Then I get another blend on that edge and that edge. Okay. And maybe one on this edge, and that might be only 2 millimeters, a small one, and confirm. Now I want to use another sketch, so go for a sketch again on the splitting plane. Okay, and there I want to use the contour of this casing, so go for split, tangent faces, yes, select one face, you get all the faces, and okay, and you get a nice little contour in that sketch. And I will use that sketch sort of as master sketch. So finish this one. Now I want to split this body, so go for split body, that's the body, and I use, of course, the splitting plane, and confirm. Now let's change that from timestamp order to the body view, and I will make this the upper one. Upper, and this the bottom. Or you could call it, of course, top and bottom. Let's call this one top. Okay, now I want to use my wave geometry linker. So I will switch to the pacing top and go to assemblies, wave geometry linker, and I don't want a sketch but a body, and that would be the upper, the top. Okay, and okay. Then switch to the bottom. Again, wave geometry linker, again body, and choose the lower body, and okay. So of course I forgot something, as always, so go back to the casing master, to the part navigator, go back to timestamp order, and I need of course a shell after that sketch. So I will make this the current feature before the split. I need this to be a shell, so go for home, shell, shell all faces, select the body, that's the body, 2 mm, and okay. And split, make current feature. Well, let's take a look. That's the top, and that's the bottom, so it really is shelled. Okay, now I want to link the sketch into the parts. So let's take a look. Casing master, that sketch is visible, yes. Go to the casing top, go to assembly, wave geometry linker, switch to sketch, and select the sketch. That's 001, yes, that's okay, that's the contour, and okay. And the same in the bottom one, with geometry linker, and select the same sketch as well. That's sketch 001, yes. And okay, in the master. So if you change the rectangle sketch, switch back, take a look, maybe change this name as well, call with the base sketch, and that one the contour sketch. I will add some lines more to that contour sketch later. Okay, maybe make this active and save it, just for safety reasons. So now let's add the upper and lower lip. Therefore I would go to my casing top and use that sketch and make an extrude. You could do it with a sweep or an extruded or an extrude along a guide, of course. So that would be the curve. Now it should go 1 mm in that direction, yes. I want to subtract it, but it should not go to the border, so it will go for two-sided offset. On one side it would do it as well. Let's take a look. That would be removed, so let's just check it out. So that's not good because there is a small face, so let's change this one to -3, which should remove that small face. And by the way, you could add a draft here. Okay, this looks good. That's the top. Now let's switch to the casing bottom and switch off this one. And let's do another extrude with that sketch. And now I want to add 1 mm. Unite. I need again an offset, and that would be a two-sided one. -2, -1 should do the trick. Yeah. Go back to our master assembly and show the top. Yeah, very nice. Let's save this. Now I want to add ribs. Therefore I would change one sketch in the casing master. Let's switch these two off and go to the contour sketch, this one, and I want to add, let's go to view, clip section, edit section, and that's the y-axis. No, the z-axis, yes. I need two lines. These could be small lines, because for the rib you need only small lines, because the program trims it anyway. Now let's add a dimension. This might be 50. That distance might be parameter p36 divided by 2. That's the one, the 51. Usually I don't do this, but it's efficient. Close. And then align this point with that sketch origin horizontal. Very nice. And finish the sketch. Now let's switch off our clip section and go back to the casing top. Because the sketch was already linked to that part, I can use that sketch right now. So let's go for rib, more rib, maybe hide these. That's one sketch line, select that curve. Okay, and that curve. Okay, now this looks not so good, but you could cap and add one, so it will move down. And you could add a draft as well from cap, and that would be, of course, that's the PCT draft angle, PCT draft angle right there, and okay. Very nice. Same in the bottom one. Again, go for the rib. Now let's see if we can move it up, because it's right there. Let's see if we can move it up, just to see if it works or not. Doesn't matter, it doesn't work, so it's okay. It's already 1 millimeter down. And I want to do a draft, yes, from cap, yes, and again that's the, now it's a PCB draft angle, and okay. Very nice. Let's go back to our casing master. I want to add domes. So let's see, I need that sketch again, and I could clip section again. I want a circle, so go for circle. Diameter might be 8, and the position you could do it with expressions or just with dimensions. Doesn't really matter right now. Okay, that might be 85. And that distance might be 35. Yeah, okay. Now you could do it with a pattern in the sketch or with a pattern in the parts. So if you want to control it with the master part, you would do the pattern right here, so it will do it with points, for example, just to show you different methods. I will use a point. Set it right there, then make a pattern with that point. Select that point, okay, and the distance in that direction would be 172 instances, and in that direction, change it around, would be 70, and okay. Finish that sketch. Those points and that circle are already in the other parts because it's linked. So go to P casing top and don't forget to switch off the clip section. Okay, let's do extrude. So that's the top. And therefore that should be an extrude with that circle in that direction. That's okay as well. It should be unite, yes, and make it until next. And in that direction it should be, let's level with this one, so I should add to the lower 1 millimeter. Yes, that's okay. Yeah, until next, and add a draft from the section. And that would be again the PCT draft angle. And okay. But it should be minus, so change this one to minus the draft angle. Formula, and that would be minus the draft angle. This looks good. Now I want to use that pattern. So make a pattern feature with this one. And the pattern would be that pattern. But I will go for a general pattern and just select the points. That would be the start point, and these are the, that's the reference point, that's one, and that's one. That's okay, confirm, and I got my 4 domes. Same goes with the casing bottom. Again, there's the circle, and I should add 1 millimeter to the other side. So that would be -1, and that would be selected that would be until next, but turn it around and unite, yes, and there should be a draft from the section. Again, that would be minus PCB draft angle. Yep, and okay. Now let's make a pattern. Pattern feature. That's the feature. That's the extrude. The point would be that point right here. And this point, that point, and that point. Okay. Now I want to remove a little bit here with that circle, so go for extrude. That would be subtract in that direction, yes, and again it's it's two-sided, yeah, and that's 8mm minus 2 makes 4mm. We could do it by minus 1, so it's 6 minus 2, it's 4 in diameter. Let's take a look. No, that's wrong. So start, no, that's 0. Yeah. And it should go a little bit more because it's a draft, so let's go to 1. That should remove it completely. Yeah. Now you could make a pattern with this extrude and go for reference 1. Reference, and I want to pattern that extrude, and the pattern I want to use as reference is this one, and the base point would be that one. Come on, it's okay, very nice. Now let's switch back to the top, and I need a hole right there, which is I removed 2, so it makes 4, so I should use a hole right there. Oh, that's the one with the circle. That's the point. No, I don't want. I want a point that point of the edge, and that should be a diameter of 4, 1mm, 0 degree bottom, and okay. Now let's pattern that feature as well. Simple hole. Reference pattern would be this one, and the base point would be right there, and okay. And I think I'm done. So let's move over here, hide the sketches, close, and let's take a look. That's the top. No, that's the bottom, sorry. And that would be the top. Yeah. It may need some fine-tuning. So if you liked it, please give it a like. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe to my Facebook cat fan page. Thanks for watching. I will try to do something similar in the other programs. And so see you to the next one. Bye bye.